Hey, Flooring Pros, it's Jerry Levinson here, and asked a question in the flooring store owners group about where did you find your best employee? So it kind of spurred this topic up. Everybody's hiring right now, so wanted to go over some great practices about hiring new employees, some things you haven't thought about, but here's some stuff to consider: how to hire great employees in a tough market. So why is it so hard to find good help? We know many people are getting paid to stay at home right now, which is just ridiculous when there's this much work out there. There's a lot of competition. I mean, there's in every industry, they're looking for people to fill positions. The very competitive pay. I mean, your Walmarts and some of your fast food joints are paying $15 an hour. So it's hard to get good employees and pay them, based on market conditions. The competition for benefits. A lot of us in smaller businesses, we do have benefits now at Carpets of Arizona, but for many years we didn't. And a lot of us in small business, we don't offer benefits. You don't offer health care, and you might lose somebody to that. I'm not saying that you have to, but it is something that you got to think about when you're competing for good employees. And then, do you hire someone with experience? It's tough to find people with experience, and that's not always the best hire. How about somebody who needs money right away? Could that be a red flag? I mean, how many people do you hire? It's like, how soon do I get paid? Yeah, it might be a good person, maybe down on their luck. Who knows what the story is, but that could be a red flag. And then, have you ever hired somebody who just didn't show up? I mean, you give them the job and you're waiting there for them to show up in the morning and they don't come. I think we've all had that experience. So who's our avatar? Who's the best person for this job? And then by the same token, who do we want to avoid? So are you better off hiring a male or female for this position? What age range do you think would be the most ideal to fit in with your culture, your company? Their experience, their background, how much experience do you want them to have? A lot or none? What about their drive and their passion, willingness to work long hours? Again, some of these things, Jason Goldberg and I had an interesting conversation. He said he wouldn't hire an operations manager unless they answered the phone at 6:30 a.m. I mean, that was his first test. So he's got all these tests for people depending on the position he wants to hire him for. He thinks it through. That's what I love about the guy. He puts it on the whiteboard and he thinks everything through. And do you avoid certain people because of their politics or their thoughts or beliefs? Are they going to be a problem child for your culture? I know I do. There's all these rules around hiring, but we're not as governed tightly by those rules as city and state agencies are. And also it depends on the size of your company. So don't be freaked out about having to follow every rule. There's also ways around these rules. You can start up conversations. You can look through their Facebook posts. You can see where they stand and see, is this going to be a problem in your company, your culture? I know for me, we just recently hired a new guy, maybe let's say 5-6 months ago. I wanted to know how he felt about masks, because is he the type of person that's going to turn in our company or cause trouble for us because we didn't enforce wearing masks? That was very important to me. So before bringing somebody like that into my culture, I wanted to make sure that he didn't have any of these political beliefs, if you will. So how do we find them? This is very much like marketing for customers. You're marketing to find somebody good to be an employee. There are lots of ways to do it. Craigslist is one of the best ways I've done it. Indeed, Monster, ZipRecruiter, some of the things I don't like. I mean, they're all good, legitimate places. I have a system I want people to follow, though. I want them to call a recorded line. We're going to go over all this in the masterclass. This is just a preview, but the details, we're going to go through it Friday morning, spend a lot of time on this because it's very important for people to find people and know how to hire them. But what I want them to do is call a recorded line and tell me why I should have them in. They need to sell themselves in for an interview. That's how I hire a salesperson. Now, what I found with Indeed and Monster and ZipRecruiter, some of these other places, they make it really easy for an applicant to send off their resume. Well, so what happens is they don't follow the process. And I want the person to follow the process that I put in the ad. The Flooring Dealer Network, you can find people that way. We do have a hire that came from there, a gentleman that came from Indiana that knew about me and our reputation and interview with me over here. So everybody has an opportunity to advertise on the Flooring Dealer Forum. Installers, do you want installers who, you know, they're getting older, they're having trouble installing? Very, very knowledgeable people. They don't all make the best salespeople. Some of them are amazing. Some of them just really can't sell anything. So, you know, you need to judge that so you get a good salesperson, or they could be an operations manager. So definitely installer that's aging out is somebody to consider. Retired store owners, I've heard a lot of stories about those guys that, you know, sometimes they don't want to own the store. They don't want to have the responsibilities, but they enjoy selling. So they don't want to get out of the game. You tell everybody, your sales reps, your social media, you go online, friends, family, just tell everybody, you know, when you're hiring, let everybody know. I like this strategy. You go to the mall on a Sunday. Now I'm doing a survey in another group asking when would you rather work, 9 to 5 or scattered hours or keep your own hours? You know, most people don't want to work on the weekends. You go to the mall on a Saturday or Sunday, and you can run across really good salespeople who might be working there and offer them a 9 to 5 job where they don't have to work on the weekends. Something to consider. And you can interview them right there on the spot and see how they handle customer service. You know, maybe there's somebody that's really impressive. Well, have them in for an interview, offer them a job if you think they'd work out in your company. In your newsletter, on your website, any kind of marketing you do, marketing that you're looking to hire people has always been a good strategy. It shows that you're a busy, growing company and that you need more people to take care of your customers. So now it comes to selling. Again, don't treat this as if it's something unique. It's very much like selling to customers. You're marketing to customers, you're marketing to hire somebody. You're selling to customers, you're going to sell the store to that employee. Now, obviously, you want them to sell themselves, but you are competing against other companies, not just people in our industry, but companies all over who are hiring. So how are you going to compete? Why would they want to come work for you when there's other options that might be better? So first of all, pay, it's important. Of course, we're going to go over that a lot in the masterclass because there's ways that you can pay people, guarantee them minimum wage, but have them work for commission only. I do have a video about that if you're interested. It's on our YouTube site. But how much and how often are you going to pay them? What are the hours that you want them to keep? What are the other opportunities maybe to grow with the company? Do you have other benefits? It's not crucial, like I said, but if you have them, definitely something to offer. What's your culture like there? Are they going to have a good time? Ours is make money, have fun, take care of the customer. What's your culture like? Are they going to enjoy working there? You know, it's not about the money. I guarantee you, the majority of people do not work where they work or do what they do because of the pay. And if they do, they're not going to stay very long because guess what? They can find more pay somewhere else. If they're driven by pay, they will go someplace else. A lot of people want to like where they work. So what's your reputation like? I think this is very important. You know, I love it when somebody comes in to interview and says, yeah, I looked through your website. You guys have a lot of 5-star reviews. When they do some research on our company, that's the kind of person I want to hire, somebody that's smart enough at least to research the company a little bit. And these guys do, they care about taking care of the customer. They want you to take care of the customer and they want you to be good. They want to be a part of that team. So it's embarrassing working for a company that doesn't take care of their customers. It's also very stressful. Ask anybody that works for Home Depot or Empire. So the Flooring Business Masterclass is June 10th and 11th in Orlando. What we're going to be talking about is finding and hiring. This is on Friday morning. We'll talk about how to find and hire the right people for your company. We'll talk about the interview process. What are some of the interview questions that you can ask that don't go against state and city laws? How do you open that up? How do you get people to talk and share about themselves without violating any ethical issues or issues with the state? We'll talk about the best way to pay them. It's amazing how many different ways there are to pay people in our industry, and there's really nobody's doing it the same way, it seems like. But having some of those options, this kind of thing too will be an open discussion. I will be teaching you guys how we do it at Carpets of Arizona, but we'll open it up to other people as well, so you can figure out an option that works well for you. I can tell you the one we use is so it really helps with cash flow, and it's working great. So I love our system of paying. We're going to have a special session with Miranda. You may have saw a video earlier she did about this, but she's going to discuss building your culture and leadership and how to have success with your team. It's amazing how we've managed to blow through 3 $100,000 employees, people selling $100,000 a month who no longer work for us or no longer sell for us at least, and we haven't missed a beat. So the systems and the processes that are built are so good that we don't have to rely on talented salespeople. You can rely on good salespeople with good follow-up and make sure they're doing a good job. We'll also discuss ways to fire employees. That's not easy. So let's talk about that. Again, an open forum with your experiences. How did you fire an employee? Talk to you about ways that we've fired employees when we've been faced with that situation. And then Patrick from Moral Master is also going to be there to discuss how a software is going to make it easier to get inexperienced and experienced salespeople to be more accurate and successful while protecting your margins. So in that survey that I did, a lot of people, I noticed smaller companies, 2 or 3 people, they're hiring 1 person. If you're a mom and pop, you can't make it out because you're there running the store all the time. And look, this is what the masterclass is about. We want you to grow your business and make it work for you so you can go to events, you can go on vacation, you can afford to get sick, and your business doesn't stop running. Everything's still going without you. If you guys can't make it out, then join the digital class. You know, it's just $497, and it will be, if you get interrupted with a customer or something like that, everything will be recorded, so you'll be able to go back to it and visit whatever you missed, and then watch it over and over again, just so you get whatever processes that you missed out on. Okay, I hope this helped out. I know a lot of you guys are hiring right now. It's a very busy time. Don't freak out too much about rising prices. I think it has more to do with our knowledge and concern about what things cost and how much they're going up than the consumer. They really don't have an idea about price increases within our industry. Only we do. So we're going to talk about that as well, about how you can handle rising prices without having to reprice your entire showroom. I'm going to show you ways to increase your margins and ways that you can handle the price increase and not freak out about it, just offer less of a discount. Really good systems that we have here at Carpets of Arizona. I know they'll work great for you. I look forward to seeing you guys in June at the Masterclass in Florida.